and blessings to all of God's children. I pray this finds you well, or at least maintaining some kind of balance in the day. Today has been a good day for me, and I want to share some of it with you. So I'm going in with this. I'm going to be reading from Matthew 11:11, Matthew 2:6, and Matthew 25:40. And here's where I'm going with this. Yahshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, represented many different characters, but the one I want to speak to you on today was his being a poor, righteous teacher. He had many things at his disposal because of who he was. Yet, Scripture supports. He said, I have nowhere to lay my head. He gave us instructions. He said, look at the birds in the morning. He said, they come out in the morning, they singing. They giving God praise. They making all that noise you hear with them birds in the morning. They sending praises up to the Most High. Because you know, one thing about animals, they are superior to human beings when it comes to obedience. Them birds come out and sing, and God, Yah, Allah, provides. Jehovah Jireh. Yahweh Jireh, Jehovah Jireh. God is our provider. When they come out, they live in it. All right. Matthew 11:11. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women there have not risen a greater than John. Speaking about John the Baptist here. The Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. Speaking of Yahshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. Now, notice in that, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven. Christ gave some teachings through parables. He said, matter of fact, that's pretty much what's going on with Matthew 25:40. He says, and the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch, and this is the whole highlight of the parable, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these, my brethren, ye have not done it unto me. And there's a litany where he's telling it in the parable, he said, hey, when I was in prison, you didn't come see me. When I was sick, you didn't, you did none of these things, And they said, well, when was I? Yeah. But the people he was talking about was those who are the least of you. See, of course, Christ brought his ministry, if you want to refer it to everybody. But he gave special emphasis to the least of us. And he came in that continence. He had it going on. He was doing all this right here. But make no mistake about it, he was low, humble, and meek. See, that's what they described it as. But that was his peace, man. He was demonstrating his peace, which that peace that Scripture laid aside, that's beyond all understanding. That particular piece there is a superpower. That's what gets you through them triple dog days. You got to have some measure of peace. You got to find some place you can say, this is going to be all right, because I know whose I am and who I am. So I'm going to give you that right now for today, and I want you to, as I said, I search it, you research it. But remember, and you can also go into this. Another thing that had the Romans very concerned about Christ when he came along, 70 years before that, in that same area that he was in then, the so-called Jew, they had an uprising, they had a riot there. So they was thinking from the political, rulership position, of being over them is that, hey, we have to look at this thing real close, because this might be that one they talking about that might come back here and do us in. So take that into your research with you, man. And like I said, I pray it elevates you in some way or another. Peace and blessing.